up, guys? Doing a what's next on WBA Cruiserweight Super Champion Arsen Goulamirian. This guy is currently my number 10 cruiserweight in the world right now. That's 200 pounds. That's the division just below heavyweight. Goulamirian, undefeated fighter, world champion, became champ last year, was awarded the title when Denis Lebedev decided to retire instead of fighting Goulamirian for the belt. So Goulamirian, who was the regular champ at the time, somehow got upgraded to super champ. And now the big question is, what's next for Arsen Goulamirian? Let's run through the top 10. We start with number 1, matchup with IBF champion Junior Dorticos. Well, Dorticos is competing in the finals of the World Boxing Super Series against Maris Bradis. So, we don't know really when that fight's going to take place yet. It's still scheduled for May 16th, but that's likely not going to happen due to the pandemic, unless Latvia, where the fight's supposed to take place, decides to, allow boxing events to occur again. Right now it looks like that fight's not going to happen in May, but it is going to happen for sure. So, would Goulamirian fight him next? Probably not. Goulamirian's probably going to get a title defense in before that. Probably won't fight him next. I don't think Dorticos, if Dorticos is victorious, I don't think he'd fight him. If he loses to Bradis, maybe he would. So we'd see, but that's later on down the road. Number 2 is former 2-time champ Maris Bradis. I don't think Bradis would fight him. He's fighting Dorticos next for the IBF title in the finals of the World Boxing Super Series. So I don't think these two guys are locking horns anytime soon or next. Number 3 is former 2-time WBO champion Krzysztof Glowacki. Glowacki is in line to fight for the vacant WBO title next against Lawrence Okoli, undefeated Lawrence Okoli. So that fight's going to happen for sure. We don't know when for sure, but we know it's going to happen for sure next. So not going to be the next fight for Goulamirian. Next at number 4 is WBC champion Ilunga Makabu. Could happen. I think Makabu is in right now. He's currently in the optional mode, so I think he could fight him if he wanted to, but I'm not sure if he will. But I think it's a good fight, and if Makabu's trying to make an impression on everybody and capture his first world title, I think Goulamirian would be a great choice. I mean, unify belts and put his lockdown on the division, I think facing Goulamirian would be a big deal. But I also think Makabu might be waiting around for the winner of the World Boxing Super Series and seeing what they're going to do. But that might not be, he might not be able to do that. He might not have the luxury of doing that. He might have to get a defense in by the time the pandemic's lifted. He might have to get a defense in before he could even fight one of those guys, because their fight probably won't happen until that pandemic is lifted. Also, the ban on sports. So we're going to see. But I would love to see Makabu and Goulamirian, but I'm leaning towards it probably won't happen. Next at number 5 is Noel Gavor, contender. I would love to see this fight. I think Gavor deserves it after the Raw decision he got a year and a half ago against Maris Bradis in the quarterfinals of the World Boxing Super Series. He deserved that win. He's pretty much been inactive since. He fought once in June of last year. But yeah, I mean, he could probably get the fight if he wanted it. But, that's a big question. Does he want it? And does Goulamirian want to face him? I think Goulamirian would be willing to face him. I just don't know if he will next. So that's the big question right now, is would he be willing to fight him in their next showdown? But right now I'm leaning towards probably not. But I would like to see it, and I don't see why these two guys wouldn't want to face each other. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. At least there's no rumors as of right now. Next at number 6 is former world title challenger Michel Cieslak. He just fought Makabu for the world title, came up just short. Why wouldn't Goulamirian fight a guy like Cieslak? Cieslak would probably take the fight because he fought so damn close to Makabu, losing a very close decision. So why not go after Goulamirian for his world title and see what he can do there? I think Goulamirian wants to make an impression. I think Cieslak wants to get right back in the mix, so go at each other. I think it's possible, but these two guys both got to want the fight, so we'll see if they do or not. Next at number 7 is contender Alexei Papin from Russia. Same thing on Papin. I mean, he hasn't fought since August of last year when he came up just short against Ilunga Makabu in the WBC's final eliminator. He dropped a very close majority decision and hasn't fought since. So why not go after Goulamirian next for a world title? And Goulamirian should want to defend against the top end guy. Haven't heard anything, but I'd love to see it. And I think these two guys need to try to get together and see what they can pull off. So definitely an option. Next at number 8 is former world title challenger Andrew Tabiti of the United States. Tabiti, haven't heard anything on him. He hasn't fought since he got knocked out against Dordikos in the World Boxing Super Series semifinals last June. Likely wouldn't want to go in his return bout. Likely wouldn't want to face a guy like Goulamirian, who's undefeated, got a decent knockout ratio, you know. Likely wouldn't want to fight a guy like him next, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I don't think Tabiti wants to jump in against a guy like Goulamirian next. Next at number 9 is Kevin Lerena. Now this fight's interesting. I'd love to see this fight because Lerena is ranked high in the WBA. I think he's number 2 or 3 right now. Why not go after the Super Championship and test himself finally? You know, Lorena's been pissing me off the last couple of years, fighting very low-level competition, you know, to build his resume. But he hasn't fought anybody decent since he beat Yuri Kalenga back in 2017. And, you know, to me, that's bullshit. He should be moving up the chain, facing a top-end competition or going after one of the world titles. I think Goulamirian would fight him in a heartbeat. I just don't think Lerena wants that fight right now, but he could have it. So that's it for the top 10 and going against Arsen Goulamirian. What do I think Goulamirian is going to do next? He's probably just going to fight whoever's willing to fight him. But I think he should try to make a fight with some of these guys that are waiting around. You know, the champions probably don't want to fight him right now. I think Makabu wants to wait around to see what happens with the World Boxing Super Series winner or face somebody that he knows. You know, go after a bigger fight, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. But Noel Gabor, you got, what's his name, Mikhail Cieslak, Alexei Papin. Those are 3 guys that I think would consider fighting him for the world title, and why not? I think it'd be a good fight, and I think they should at least express interest in it and see if one of those 3 guys should want to fight Goulamirian. Kevin Lerena, if he wanted to fight, you know, offer it to him, see what he says. Looks like he's tied up facing another nobody next, though, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we'll see what Goulamirian does next. He's an undefeated fighter trying to make a name for himself. Oh, another option that I think is a good one for him is Beibut Shumanov, his regular champion. Shumanov's a guy that he's a former light heavyweight champ. He was became interim champ a couple years ago, retired, had a detached retina, came back. You know, interim champ got upgraded to regular champ when Goulamirian got upgraded to super champ. So I think Shumanov's a good choice for Goulamirian if Goulamirian wants to, if they can make the fight. And I think the WBA should, because neither one of these guys earned their world title. And they should go after each other to determine who the real WBA champion is. So that, in my opinion, should be what he does next. But I don't think Shumanov wants to fight, but we'll see. So that's it, guys. That's what's next on WBA Cruiserweight Super Champion Arsen Goulamirian. I hope you enjoyed it. True Boxing, been hit with the truth.